Breaking news, Eagles fans. Police car like the energy is absolutely off the charts right now behind the scenes at the Philadelphia Eagles organization. I'm talking about next level intensity, the kind of electric atmosphere that only happens when a team is laser focused on one mission, and one mission only, bringing another Lombardi trophy home to Philadelphia. That's right, the Eagles are not just thinking about making it to the playoffs. No. This team is hungry, determined, and fired up to make it all the way back to the Super Bowl and finish what they started. And leading this charge is none other than head coach Nick Sirianni, a man on a mission, meticulously crafting a roster built for dominance, power, and precision. Every move, every decision, every play is being made with one ultimate goal: victory at the highest level. Stick with me, because I'm about to break down exclusive insights and crucial updates that you won't hear anywhere else. But before we dive deep into the action, I need you to do one thing: smash that like button, but only if you are a true, die-hard Philadelphia Eagles fan. If you've been bleeding green and white for more than 10 years, this moment, this mission, it's especially for you. Drop a comment right now and let the world know. Go Eagles! Let's fly, Eagles Nation, let's fly. Now, let's get right to it. The Philadelphia Eagles are officially back on the practice field as they gear up for their defense of Super Bowl 59. That's right, the Eagles are looking to repeat after their demolition of the Kansas City Chiefs down in New Orleans. How fitting is it that inside their practice bubble, a brand new mural was unveiled to honor not only that iconic Super Bowl 59 victory but also the unforgettable triumph over Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and the New England Patriots back in Super Bowl 52? That mural isn't just decoration, it's a statement of the standard and the culture that the Eagles have built. It's a reminder of the legendary history of this franchise, from handing Vince Lombardi his only playoff loss back in the 1960 NFL Championship, all the way to their latest masterpiece in New Orleans. This mural sets the tone. Anything less than greatness is unacceptable. But not everything is smooth sailing. With OTAs underway, remember, organized team activities are voluntary. Some key names were notably absent from the field. Wide receiver DeVonta Smith, offensive tackle Lane Johnson, safety Reed Blankenship, gadget weapon Avery Williams, and pass rusher Bryce Huff were all missing in action. For seasoned vets like Smith, Johnson, and Blankenship, it's not a major concern. Lane Johnson has been anchoring this line for over a decade, Smith has proven himself as a reliable weapon, and Blankenship is carving out his space in the secondary. But Bryce Huff, that's where things get interesting. Huff inked a deal with $34 million in guaranteed money in free agency, yet his production didn't match the paycheck. Head coach Vic Fangio didn't trust him, relegating Huff to the bench for much of the season and even making him a healthy scratch for the Super Bowl. Now, with trade rumors swirling around his name, his absence from OTAs is raising more than a few eyebrows. Is this the prelude to a trade? Is Huff dissatisfied with his role? Or are the Eagles quietly working the phones to find him a new home? This situation is eerily similar to what happened with James Bradberry last year. He skipped OTAs, came to training camp, but never played another game for the Eagles after suffering an injury. Will history repeat itself with Bryce Huff? That's something we'll be monitoring closely. On the injury front, there are updates worth noting. Nakobe Dean is continuing his recovery from a patellar tendon injury, a tricky and complex rehab, but the good news is he's reportedly progressing well. Jihad Campbell is still sidelined with a lingering shoulder injury after undergoing labrum surgery, while Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens continue to work back from hip and back issues, respectively. Meanwhile, Ben Van Sumeren wasn't on the field either. The Eagles have plans to use him as a versatile fullback who can also contribute at linebacker and on special teams. Veterans A.J. Brown and Saquon Barkley were also resting, which is par for the course. Both are among the best at their respective positions, and there's no need to risk unnecessary wear and tear this early in the process. But on a brighter note, Nolan Smith was back in action, sporting a bulky brace on his arm following the triceps injury he suffered in the Super Bowl. Despite the brace, he was all smiles, radiating energy on the practice field. Now, let's talk roster battles. With Nakobe Dean and Jihad Campbell sidelined, free agent acquisition Zach Bond took reps at inside linebacker, flanked by undrafted rookie Jeremiah Trotter Jr., the son of an Eagles legend. The secondary battles are just as fierce. Cooper DeJean, the versatile rookie out of Iowa, was lining up inside at nickel corner during 7-on-7s, while Quinyon Mitchell and free agent Adoree Jackson manned the outside corners. Sidney Brown and Andrew Mukuba filled in at safety with Blankenship absent. Interestingly, in base defensive sets, Cooper DeJean got first-team reps at outside corner. After practice, he told reporters, "I'll play anywhere," a sentiment that reflects the kind of versatility he showed at Iowa, where he played outside, inside, around the box, and even a snap at deep safety. He boasts elite athleticism, 4.4 speed, and a near-perfect relative athletic score of 99. But some scouts have noted that he can get a bit grabby on the outside due to catch-up speed concerns. Personally, I think he's better suited for the inside, where his versatility becomes a weapon for the defense, but clearly the Eagles are keeping their options open. With Darius Slay now plying his trade across the state in Pittsburgh, the Eagles have a critical starting cornerback spot up for grabs. Quinyon Mitchell looks locked in on one side, but who will take the other? Today, Adoree Jackson, Khalil Ringo, Eli Ricks, and yes, Cooper DeJean all got reps at that crucial position. Ringo, in particular, continues to stand out, standing over 6 feet tall, weighing more than 200 pounds, and clocking a blistering 4.36 in the 40-yard dash. He plays with physicality, and he's visibly stepping up as a leader, even leading the huddle during practice. Andrew Mukuba might have weighed in lighter at the combine, but he doesn't play small. Observers said he looked bigger on the field than expected, holding his own with impressive presence. Then there's rookie defensive end Antoine Powell-Ryland, who bears some resemblance to Brandon Graham in build and style. Drafted out of Virginia Tech, Powell-Ryland was one of the most productive pass rushers in college football over the past few years, and he's already making his presence known. On the offensive line, with Dickerson and Juergens sidelined, the first-string unit at OTAs consisted of Jordan Mailata holding down the left tackle spot, Matt Pryor filling in at left guard, Brett Toth at center, Tyler Steen at right guard, and Darian Kinnard stepping in at right tackle for Lane Johnson. As for the quarterback situation, Jalen Hurts looked sharp, going 20 of 21 in passing drills, focusing mostly on horizontal crossing routes and double moves rather than deep vertical shots. This approach signals a potential evolution in the Eagles' offense under new offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. Patullo is keeping the terminology consistent but promises to add new wrinkles tailored to maximize what the players do best. Behind Hurts, Tanner McKee impressed, delivering one of the highlight plays of the day, a beautiful 30-plus yard touchdown strike in stride to undrafted rookie Darius Cooper, who beat fellow UDFA BJ Mays down the sideline. Cooper's pre-draft testing numbers are eerily similar to A.J. Brown's, 6 feet tall, 220 pounds, with a 4.5 40-yard dash, and he's making a serious case to crack the roster. Both he and Mays are fighting hard to leave an impression. Dorian Thompson-Robinson served as QB3, while rookie Kyle McCord, a 6th-round pick and New Jersey native, took limited reps as QB4. Notably, Jahan Dotson, seldom used last year, made a few nice connections with Hurts during practice, showing signs that he might carve out a bigger role this season. So here's where I leave it to you. What do you think about Bryce Huff's absence and the swirling trade rumors? Is it time for the Eagles to cut bait, or does he still have a role to play in this defense? Let me know in the comments below, and when you're ready, just tell me to continue with part 2. Picking up right where we left off, the situation with Bryce Huff is definitely one of the most intriguing storylines to watch as we progress through these OTAs and into mandatory minicamp. The fact that Huff was a healthy scratch in the Super Bowl and now isn't showing up at voluntary workouts only intensifies speculation.